Oh, hey there. No, I'm not playing in the dirt. I'm actually collecting ash to use as a fertilizer additive. A lot of people actually don't know that ash has a lot of really good essential vitamins and minerals needed for plants to grow. A real life example of this is how forest fire burns and ravages an entire area to the ground. The new growth that emerges from that spot usually tends to be a lot more stronger and more lush because that entire area is covered in this really good wood ash that allows this new growth to just spring up and get a really good head start, as opposed to new growth that happens naturally through reseeding and whatnot. In fact, there's some conifers that have pine cones that actually require extreme heat from fire to even begin the reseeding process. So forest fires are actually essential to certain types of trees growing. Ash, specifically wood ash from things like a campfire, is a really good source of phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. All of these are the main ingredients you're going to find in any of your main commercial fertilizers. However, these elements are really concentrated in wood ash, and a little bit goes a long way. And if you use too much, then you're going to actually raise the alkaline too high, raising that pH, and it's going to actually end up damaging the plants that you're trying to use this on. So they're like the truffles of fertilizer. If you only use a sprinkle of it, it's going to increase the flavor of the dish tremendously. But if you use too much, it's going to overpower everything and render the entire dish useless. Ash is also very water soluble, and these essential chemicals are easily washed away in a rainfall. So if you're going to be harvesting wood ash from a campfire, make sure you do it sooner rather than later. And if you do it after a rainstorm, then all those are going to be washed away, and it's better to just not use the wood ash that you're going to be using. Let me show you real quick how to properly use wood ash. Let me finish filling this up, and then I'll show you. Ashy hands. You might remember from one of my previous videos of when I prepared these beds with annual seeds so that they can start the cold stratification over winter time, so they're ready to grow when the weather starts warming up. And this seems like the perfect contender to sprinkle a little bit of ash on. So all you're gonna do, take your ash, just take a little tiny handful and just do a light dusting over the top of it. If there's large chunks of wood, that's fine too. It'll just break down into the soil and give it those micronutrients that it needs. Just light dusting is all you need. Because remember what I said, too much is going to make it too basic and lower the acidity too much, and it's going to end up being a detriment to the plants instead of a benefit. Okay, got it dusted over. And now remember that wood ash is very water soluble, so if it rains, not if, when it rains, then the water is going to wash out all those nutrients that are in the ash and just bring it down into the soil and bring it down deep. So you don't have to mix it in, just sprinkling it over top will be enough, but I like to protect it from the wind and the elements a little bit so it doesn't get blown around. So all I am gonna do is just put my hand over it and just lightly rake the top of it with the palm so that it kind of just mixes in just a little bit so that it just has that little extra protection from wind. And that's it. It's so simple. And now I have a ton of wood ash to use for all my other beds I have. This little bit of wood ash is going to last me probably 2 seasons, because as you can see, you really don't need that much. If you add too much, and I cannot stress this enough, if you add too much, it will damage the soil and you will not grow anything in the soil. So if you're going to use ash, make sure you're only using a little tiny bit. Trust me, I know it doesn't seem like I added that much, but a little bit really does go a long way, guys. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Just a really quick PSA video before the holiday season. I hope you guys all have a great Yule, a great Christmas, great Hanukkah, whatever you guys celebrate. I hope it's wonderful. I hope it's filled with joy and love and family. And I hope you make the best out of the holiday season. I'm Ogonslav Firewind from Firewind Refuge. Go hug a tree. I'll see you guys next time.